In a sun-drenched meadow, a kind mother pig watches over her 3 spirited piglets, Piggy, Pippy, and Pikky. "It's time for you to venture out and build your own houses," Mother Pig announces, her voice full of warmth. The piglets reply, their voices bubbling with a mix of eagerness and trepidation. "Okay, Mother." Sunlight bathes the meadow as the piglets prepare for their adventure, the wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze. On a winding road bathed in sunlight, Piggy, Pippy, and Pikky embark on their grand adventure, their curly tails swaying. A chorus of farewells as the 3 little pigs wave goodbye to their mother. An eager determination lights their eyes as they stride down the road. The road stretches before them, an open invitation to a world of possibilities. Each step resonates with the promise of building their own homes. Their tiny snouts point towards the horizon, brimming with youthful optimism. Piggy skips down a dusty path, mischief twinkling in his eyes, spots a man struggling with a cart of golden straw. Piggy approaches the man, hopeful, and after a quick exchange, begins eagerly gathering armfuls of straw. With surprising speed, Piggy weaves and stacks the straw, creating a small, cozy house under the sun. Piggy steps back, admiring his handiwork, a wide grin spreading across his snout with pride. Piggy does a joyful jig around his new home, hooves kicking up dust in pure, unadulterated excitement. Pippy skips along a dusty path, her steps light and carefree under the bright, open sky. A man strains, struggling to push a cart laden high with sticks, his brow furrowed in effort. Pippy's bright, curious eyes fix on the cart, a spark of an idea igniting within her. "Excuse me, sir, could I possibly have some of your sticks? I am trying to build a house," Pippy asks politely. The man pauses, surprised by her politeness, his face softening into a gentle smile. "Well, aren't you a polite one?" "Of course you can, little girl. Take as many as you need," he responds warmly. Pikky trudges along the path, his small hooves kicking up dust. He spots a man with a cart piled high with sturdy bricks. Pikky asks for bricks, his eyes filled with earnest hope. The man agrees, setting Pikky on a new task. Brick by brick, Pikky builds his house, his determination etched in every careful placement. The wolf surveys Piggy's straw house, his shadow stretching long and ominous in the sunlight. A glint of hunger sharpens his eyes as he inhales deeply, savouring the scent of the pig. His grin widens, revealing teeth as sharp as daggers, promising ill intentions. He moves closer, each step deliberate, the straw house seeming to shrink before him. The wolf pauses before the door, his massive form casting the entrance into shadow. The wolf's voice dripping with false sweetness. Little pig, let me come in." Inside the straw house, Piggy trembles, his eyes wide with terror as shadows dance on the fragile walls. No, by the hair of my chinny chin, Piggy cries, his voice cracking with fear. A menacing voice booms, chilling Piggy to the bone. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The straw house shudders, a visible threat looming as Piggy braces for the inevitable collapse. The wolf inhales deeply, his eyes glinting with malicious intent. With a mighty huff and puff, the wolf unleashes a gust of wind. The straw house trembles, unable to withstand the force. The straw house collapses, scattering straw in every direction. Piggy squeals in terror, his eyes wide with fear. Piggy's little legs pump furiously as he flees towards Pippy's house. Piggy arrives at Pippy's stick house, his breath ragged, eyes wide with terror. He pounds desperately on the door, a frantic plea for sanctuary echoing in the air. Pippy throws the door open, a haven against the unseen threat. "Help, Pippy! The big bad wolf blew down my house!" Piggy cries, his voice laced with panic. Together, they scramble to barricade the entrance, a desperate attempt to fortify against impending danger. Furniture and debris are hastily piled against the door, a fragile barrier against the wolf's fury. The wolf arrives, a terrifying figure silhouetted against the bright daylight. Pippy's stick house looks fragile against his looming form. Little pigs, let me come in," the wolf growls, his voice a menacing rumble that vibrates through the flimsy structure. From within, a chorus of frightened voices. No, the wolf huffs, his breath misting in the air as he gathers himself for the assault. The stick house groans under the force of the wolf's breath, beginning to buckle and sway. The wolf's breath turns into a gale, targeting the stick house. With a mighty roar, the stick house splinters and collapses. Piggy and Pippy scream, their eyes wide with impending doom. Terror propels their little trotters into a frantic escape. They bolt towards Picky's brick house, a beacon of hope. Dust and debris fill the air as the flimsy structure crumbles. A sturdy brick house stands defiant against the horizon. The big bad wolf arrives, his eyes gleaming with a predator's hunger. He circles the house, a sinister smile playing on his lips. Little pigs, let me come in," he growls, his voice dripping with false charm. A chorus of tiny voices responds in unison. "No, no!" The wolf's patience thins, revealing the rage beneath his disguise. The wolf huffs with explosive force, his breath clouding the air around the sturdy brick house. Again and again, he puffs, but the house remains unyielding, a taunt of brick and mortar. His face reddens, veins popping as he strains, the futility of his efforts becoming clear. Exhausted, the wolf stumbles back, his chest heaving, a picture of defeated rage. He circles the house, a desperate glint in his eye, searching for any weakness in its defences. The brick house stands silent, an unconquerable fortress against the wolf's dwindling hope. The wolf circles the sturdy brick house, his gaze fixed on the chimney, a sinister plan forming in his eyes. "Aha, I'll climb down the chimney," he growls, his predatory grin widening with wicked intent. Inside, Pikky overhears the wolf's wicked scheme, his eyes widening with sudden resolve. Swiftly, Pikky positions a large pot filled with water over the blazing fire directly beneath the chimney. Anticipation hangs heavy as the water heats, a silent promise of foiled plans ready to meet the descending wolf. The wolf, confident of his ambush, begins his descent down the narrow chimney. Instead of landing on solid ground, he plunges directly into scalding hot water. A muffled cry escapes his lips as the intense heat envelops him. "Yatch!" With a yelp of pain, the wolf leaps from the pot, his fur soaked and steaming. His tail, now singed and smoking, trails behind him as he scrambles for safety. The wolf's eyes widen in disbelief, his devious plan foiled by boiling water. The big bad wolf flees the brick house, tail singed, a lesson learned in defeat. Piggy and Pippy embrace Pikky, their relief palpable against the solid brick. Sunlight bathes Picky's house, a beacon of safety and clever foresight. The three little pigs celebrate their triumph, united in gratitude and joy. Their laughter echoes in the meadow, a testament to the strength of unity. Inside Picky's sturdy walls, they live safely, understanding the value of hard work,